Now, these people think they need to unite. The country need to unite, and we need to stick together and hold hands together and protest together. But see, that's not what God wants, and that's not what uh, Yahweh Shah, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, that's not what he wants. Now, when you go to the Holy Bible and you go to his words, and you go to the words that he spoke out of his mouth in Matthew 35, Salakia, he said, no, 34, Salakia, 34. He said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I'll come not to send peace, but a sword. You see, he did not come to bring peace. And that's what these people is pushing and preaching and trying to put that into his agenda. And that's not what he's coming. That's not what he came here to do, first of all. And what is he come to do when he come? When you go to Matthew 25, starting at verse 31. He say, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations. So that sounds like, okay, he gonna unite all the nations together. No, 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 no. I go on. And he shall separate them one from another. You see, he's gonna separate these nations. He don't want them to be united and holding hands in one nation under God and all this mess. And he say, he's gonna separate them one from another, as a shepherd divide the sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on the right hand, but the goats on the left. Now, when you look in the Bible, I'm not putting all those verses, do your own research, but the Grecians and the Greeks and the Edomites and the Romans, they was the goats. Especially in the Bible, they was represented as the goat. Esau, he had goat-like features with his hair all over the place. And then Alexander the Great, one of the first Grecians and greatest Edomite, he was called the goat. So then you got the sheep. Now the children of Israel was called the sheep. You know, he scattered the scattered sheep. Now I can pull that verse because I remember that. And it talks about the sheep. And that's the sheep he's talking about. He's not talking about any kind of sheep now. It's only one kind of sheep, and that's the children of Israel. And so when you go to how he divided the Tower of Babel, all the people say, let's unite and let's build a tower to God, and let's build this city. You see, then that was a problem. God didn't want that. He did not want these people to be all hugged up with each other, gathered up together, and, you know, so-called united. He did not want that. He made sure that he separated these people. And so he even sent angels down and told the angels to start separating them. Let's go to Genesis 11, starting at verse 6. He said, and the Lord said, behold, the people is one. You see, they had united. They had united. He told the angels, look, he told Yahweh, look, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they began to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Verse 7, go to, let us go down, and there confound the language. That means confuse their languages, that they may not understand one another's speech. Verse 8, so the Lord scattered them abroad from hence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. So they stopped working on this city, and even this city was called Babel. Now that's why we call America Babylon, because they're trying to duplicate what happened in the city of Babel. They trying to unite all of the people as one, and that's not the purpose of God. That's not what he put in his plans. That's not what he ordained. You see, when you go to Deuteronomy 32, he gives you some more understanding of what he's trying to do. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8. He says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. You see, the children of Israel set the boundaries for the people. So he said, for the Lord's portion is his people, Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So he didn't just separate the peoples. He made the children of Israel his people, and then he gave everybody else land also. So he set a precedence of this is how things are gonna go. The children of Israel gonna be in their land and ruling and be my people to organize everything. You see, my governing body, my Senate, my Congress, and the rest of you nations out there, y'all gonna be in y'all land and doing what the children of Israel tell y'all to do, because they're my people. And that's how the order of the earth is supposed to be ran. And when you get out of order, like America and like these Edomites, let's get them in Habakkuk, because see, this is something that they love to do. And it's a wicked thing that they're doing, because he had to divide the nations and he separated these people. And even Christ's gonna come do it again. But these Edomites, they wanna unite everybody together. And so this lets you know he talked about the Edomites doing this thing. In Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4, he say, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So the soul of these Edomites, the inward parts is just wicked. They want to do wickedness. Starting at verse 5, he say, ye also, because he has transgressed by wine. That means he's giving these people philosophy to get them drunk. He's sinning through the philosophy of everybody unite Everybody join together. Everybody love one another. Everybody be as one. You see, then he goes on to say in verse 5, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarge his desire as death, and is as hell, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. You see, that's what these Edomites do. And see, that's what they doing in their countries, in America, in Europe. You see, in most of the lands, they unite all the people, and they preach this: unite everybody, come under us, everybody. After we done raped, robbed, and murdered y'all, and intimidated y'all, and extorted y'all, come under me. I'm gonna unite everybody. When you had in the Maccabees, Antiochus and the Greeks, the Edomites, they did it in the Greek captivity. They told the Israelites, listen, y'all can't be calling yourself no Israelite. Y'all got to be like us. Y'all got to be the Greeks. Everybody in this kingdom got to be on one page, and we all got to be one. You see, because that's the nature of these Edomites. How they say that his soul is not right. His soul is not right, and is lifted up to the point where he think he can be God and tell the world how it's supposed to be ran and how it's supposed to be organized. You see, now when you go to 2 Maccabees chapter 6, it say, not long after this the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their father and not to live after the laws of God. You see, that's the dragon, the red dragon, the devil. He wants to tell people not to do what God tells them to do. Do what he say. He God. You see, jumping down to verse 6. He said, neither is it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. You see, he wanted all the Israelites to do what he wanted them to do. And he didn't want nobody having their own way of living their life. You got to live how we want you to live. You see, you got to do what we want you to do. And so you couldn't be in the Greek nation and not do the laws of the king. You got to do all the laws of the king. That's how you gonna participate. Now in the first Maccabees chapter 1, it talks about the same thing. Here it is. It's in first Maccabees chapter 1, verse 57. It said, and whosoever was found with any the book of the testament, I guess with any of the books of the testaments, or if any considered to the law, okay, if anybody was doing the laws in the book, the king's commandment was that they should be put to death. You see, this man was so freaking bent on you doing what he wants you to do, he finna put you to death. He finna put you to death if you're not doing what he wanted you to do. And that's the nature of these Edomites. There it is. In verse 41 of First Maccabees, the first chapter, verse 41, he says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom. Here we go. That all should be one people. 42. And everyone shall leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. 43. Yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. So he made an announcement and let it be known in his whole kingdom that all should be one people. Everybody is Greeks, like this American mess. Everybody is American. We gonna rename the landmass, or give the landmass a name under this government, United States, and we gonna say we're all Americans. We all one people. We gonna unite, and we gonna have a peaceful time and a loving time, when that's not the purpose of the Creator, and we have to follow the Creator's purpose for his earth. This is not the so-called white man, Edomite, red dragon, the devil, Satan. This is not his earth. These souls that's walking around on the earth, they don't belong to him. Ezekiel 18:4. All the souls belong to the Creator who created the soul. And if the soul sin and disobey the Creator, he's going to destroy that soul. The so-called white man can't implement these things and think he going to get a blessing. He going to tell everybody they got to do what he say, or he going to put them to death. You see, this man got the mind of God. That talked about that in Ezekiel 28. That he want to have the mind of God because he done got so rich. He want to have the mind of God and to think like God, think he God. Everybody got to do what I say, or I'm going to put you to death. You ain't created no earth. You ain't created these people. You can't tell these people what to do. And see, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they done fell into this man's trap. They done drunk this man's wine. That's why we know this Babylon the Great. They drinking the wine of the devil. He's giving them this wine that all people is the same in God's eyes. See, the God, yeah, it's the same in your and he done made himself God. That's why it's the same. But see, when you open up this Bible, it ain't the same in God's eyes. He's focusing on the children of Israel and using them as a Congress and as a governing body. But these people want to say God love all nations, and no, he's saying he God, and as God, he telling you got to love all nations, and you got to be acceptable to the belief of all nations is okay. When you the only one, you the main ones at the bottom catching hell because you the Israelites supposed to be obeying God rather than man, a freaking Edomite. So I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Kadash. Double honor to the elders, pushing the truth. Worldwide, peace to the elect. Death to America, death to these red dragons. Shalom.